Hi guys, how are you all doing? Hope you guys are doing amazing. As for me, I'm doing great. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. I hope you guys are ready for this video. In case you don't know me, my name is Harriet Tanabo. I'm a content creator from Kampala, Uganda. Kindly check me out. Guys, I always feel so excited whenever I have sit down like this because I have a lot of you guys who ask me like a lot of questions. So I feel like whenever I do sit downs, actually, I interact more with you guys and I let you know about my experiences. Today we are going to talk about why foreigners are choosing Nairobi over other African cities in 2025. I think Nairobi is one of the African cities that is most visited nowadays. Many people actually are packing their bags heading to Nairobi. So today's topic, I'm going to be letting you know about why people are actually visiting Nairobi. We have a lot of African cities, but people are choosing Nairobi. Guys, I'm talking this out of experience. I've been there as a foreigner and I now know why actually foreigners are choosing to visit Nairobi in all other African cities. Guys, everything I'm gonna be talking about in this video is out of experience because I've been there. I went there, I saw, I conquered, then I came back. Okay, so everything I'm gonna talk about in this video is out of experience. In today's video, we are going to break down all the reasons why foreigners are choosing Nairobi over other African cities. Guys, the answers may actually surprise you, okay? So let me start with Nairobi's modern infrastructure. I think I've said this like a lot of times and each and every time I'll keep on saying this, guys. Nairobi is one city that actually is so modern when it comes to infrastructures. When I talk of infrastructures, we have so many of them. Nairobi in 2025 looks dramatically different from just a few years ago. In a few years ago, the way Nairobi looks now, that's not how it used to look those days, okay? The expressway has cut travel times massively. New skyscrapers, talk of GTC towers, talk of Prism towers. So many of them, a lot of skyscrapers, KICC. If you want to view the whole Nairobi skyline, KICC is the place. So there are a lot of skyscrapers, modern apartments, flyovers, and reliable transport options, which feels like a city on the move. So I feel like when you be in Nairobi, actually, I always tell people like whenever you're in Nairobi, you feel like you're in a different city. Nairobi is just like the New York. It's really beautiful. If you've ever been there, drop a comment and let me know. But guys, everything I talk about here is out of my experience. I've been to Nairobi like 3 times, and every time I go to Nairobi, I'm always wowed. I'm always like, wow, because there's literally new developments coming up. It's really a modern city, guys. I'm not even joking on this. Talk of the skyscrapers, talk of the modern apartments, so many of them. They have brought in a lot of transport options. Talk of the electronic train, the SGR. Nairobi is so developed, guys. Foreigners appreciate that Nairobi feels globally connected but still remains its African soul. So I think why most foreigners are actually deciding to visit Nairobi is because when you're in Nairobi, you can have it all. Nairobi has got all the lifestyle. There are trendy restaurants, there are cafes, there are art cafes, nightlife. Talk of places like the Alchemist, K1, art cafes, stylish people, fashion-forward youth, Afrobeat and Benga culture. So Nairobi gives it to you all. So if you're coming from the diaspora, I don't think you will lack. That person who enjoys KFC, that person who enjoys Cafe Javas, fast foods, they're all there, guys. Let me even not lie. It will give you that international vibe. Literally, you can use any means of transportation in Nairobi. You can decide to use Ubers, you can decide to use matatus, like how the locals, because the locals there use a lot of matatus. Again, if you don't want to spend a lot, matatus you can literally spend less because they don't charge like a lot in their matatus. Because for those ones who don't know matatus are public means of transport that Kenyans or the Nairobians use. Guys, if I've never been to Nairobi, or if you wish to visit Nairobi, don't forget trying out the matatu culture, because I feel like Nairobi is the only African city with the best matatu culture. So if you want to experience matatu culture, Nairobi is the place. So I feel like people are going there because it's really so developed. So the people who are coming from the diaspora, like talk of the US or the UK, you have this feel of where you're coming from. Nairobi will give you the international vibe. You understand? Nairobi has a vibe and energy you won't feel anywhere else, guys. When I was in Nairobi, actually, I remember the first time I went to Nairobi, I was supposed to spend 2 weeks. I ended up staying 3 months. That is how Nairobi is so addictive. The city is growing fast, modern roads, bridges, and expressway. Now I'm told that a lot of developments are going on actually in Nairobi. I can't wait to get back. So if you're watching me from Nairobi, anytime we shall be back. But I feel like Nairobi is one African city that is so addictive with lovely people. People in Nairobi are so lovely, very welcoming, very resilient, hardworking, warm, and creative. So I feel like that is why foreigners are actually choosing Nairobi over other African countries. Drop a comment and let me know, guys, in the comment section if you have any opinion why you think actually foreigners are choosing to visit Nairobi over other African countries. Let me know. Let me also talk about the job and business opportunities. Kenya is East Africa's business hub with organizations like the UN, Google, Microsoft, and tons of startups based in Nairobi. It's the place to be. Kenya is East Africa's business hub with organizations like the UN, Google, Microsoft, and tons of startups based in Nairobi. Many foreigners come to work in tech, NGOs, media, or trade, and they find an ecosystem that supports innovation and entrepreneurship. Talk of Konza Technopolis. Guys, if in case you don't know, actually, Kenya is known as the Silicon Savannah. At first I didn't know, but now I know why they call Kenya the Silicon Savannah. For those ones who don't know, Kenya is called the Silicon Savannah because it has become a major hub for technology, innovation, and startups in Africa, much like the Silicon Valley in the United States, but with a unique African identity and purpose. You know, because when you go to I think California, that is where you find the Silicon Valley. So I feel like Kenyans are also coming up with their own Silicon Savannah, you know, because of the new technologies coming up and all that. Talk of the Konza Technopolis. Konza Technopolis actually is a smart city being built outside Nairobi. Konza City is also known as African Silicon Valley. It's one of the boldest tech and smart city projects in Africa, and Kenya is leading the way with it. Konza Technopolis is a flagship project under Kenya's Vision 2030. It's located about 70 kilometers from Nairobi, and it is designed to be a high-tech hub combining innovation, business, research, and modern urban living. Think of it as a city built from scratch with smart infrastructure, fiber optic, connectivity, sustainable energy, and international investors. Basically, Kenya's answer to smart cities like Dubai, Shenzhen, or Silicon Valley. You know, so there's actually a video that I did, and then I was telling people that Kenya is one of the countries that is taking over in tech in Africa, and these are the reasons: because of the new developments coming up, the technology that is coming up. Talk of the smart cities, guys. I've been to Tattoo City, which is actually similar to Konza City, but I feel like with this one it's gonna be extreme, guys. It's putting Kenya there. That is why now Kenya is called the African Silicon Savannah. Kenya is quickly rising as one of Africa's leading tech giants. But what's really driving this transformation? Is Kenya the next Silicon Valley of Africa? I leave that to you. Drop a comment and let me know. But I feel like Kenya is actually the next Silicon Valley of Africa. I feel like technologies, things like that are actually making foreigners choose Nairobi over other African countries, because literally when you go to Nairobi, you still have the same vibe, like the same way you are in the diaspora, because it will give you like the same vibe. Literally there's everything. Let me talk about lifestyle, culture, and safety. Foreigners love Nairobi for its diverse lifestyle. You can be in a boardroom meeting in the morning and on a safari in the afternoon. Guys, let me even not lie on this. This is very true, because literally with Nairobi it has got everything. If I talk about everything, I also mean the national park. Like you don't even worry. If you want to have fun, it's within. You don't need to go very far. You understand? Because guys, have you ever heard of any capital city with a national park in the CBD or in the city? Now that is Nairobi for you. You don't even need actually to put in transport to drive somewhere very far, because everything is within. Talk of if you want to feed the gorillas within, you know, the gorilla center is just within. So Nairobi is actually the only capital city, guys, with a national park. Literally there you can have a view of lions, giraffes, rhinos, right next to the skyline, just right next to the skyline, you know. There is also giraffe center, elephant orphanage, unforgettable experience for tourists and locals. So I feel like Nairobi gives it to you all. Like everything you need, you can get it in Nairobi. So I feel like that is why foreigners are actually choosing Nairobi over other African cities, because talk of lifestyle, talk of culture, talk of safety, you know. Let me not lie, there is no any city that is very safe, 100% safe, but I feel like me, I went to Nairobi. Myself, I went to Nairobi for something like, for all the times I've been to Nairobi, if you count all the times, I think I've been there something like 6 months. But every time I go there, I'm always safe. I'm always safe and courteous of my friends. And I think even the people themselves, they make your stay amazing, the people themselves. So you don't need to worry. You don't need to worry. Your safety is guaranteed. That is if you go to places in the right time. You understand? Because I don't expect you to go to a ghetto in the time you're not supposed to be there. Because if you're supposed to visit areas like that, I think you're supposed to move with the locals, you know, because the locals know better. They take you to places like that, and you know your safety is guaranteed. If you get a tour guide, same thing. If you want to move around the city, you can use the Ubers to move around the city like safely. So it has got it all. It has got it all. If you want to move cheaply, there are matatus, like public means in Nairobi, you know. There are also great schools, talk of malls, international restaurants, and vibrant nightlife. Did you know that actually Nairobi has got a place that has robots that serve people? The robot cafe. I think if I'm not wrong, it is in Kilireshwa. Guys, drop a comment and let me know if I'm not wrong. But I think even they're opening up another branch. The time I left there, they're opening up another branch in another area. But you can literally be served by robots. You understand? So it is so developed. You can find the trendy restaurants, vibrant nightlife, talk of the Alchemist. There are a lot of nightlife places that are really vibrant. Talk of Kenyan. Places like Karen, Westlands, Kilimani offer experts comfort and security, you know. So yeah, I think I've seen this like a lot of times. Most people actually who come from the diaspora, they love staying in places like Kilimani, places like Westlands, Kilireshwa, you know, places like Karen. Those are high-end places. But again, you're not going to stay there when you don't have some money, because those places are also expensive. Let me even not lie. So better come prepared. But if you want to have that luxurious life, those are the places. The safety is guaranteed in places like that. The security is top-notch, okay? Compared to other African cities, Nairobi is seen as cosmopolitan yet accessible. So literally there is everything. Talk of the green spaces and urban nature, so many of them, guys, you know. Let me also talk about the digital nomad and remote work friendly. Thanks to better internet and co-working spaces, Nairobi has become a hotspot for digital nomads and remote workers. The city offers everything a remote worker needs. Fast Wi-Fi, community hubs like Nairobi Garage. Nairobi is the only place that I saw where there's literally Wi-Fi everywhere. Talk of the malls, talk of the restaurants, talk of the parks where people go and chill from. Talk of shopping malls, there is Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi, guys. So who wouldn't want to stay in such an area? So I feel like that is why the foreigners are actually choosing Nairobi over other African cities. Let me know in the comment section, but this is what I think as me. In fact, in 2025, Nairobi ranks among Africa's top 3 cities for digital nomads. Okay, so there's literally, Nairobi offers you each and everything that you need. You know, you never feel like you lack in Nairobi. If you're that person who earns small money, you get each and everything in Nairobi. That person, it gives you each and everything. Nairobi serves each and everyone. That's Nairobi for you, depending on your wallet. Nairobians are warm, resilient, hardworking, and creative. I think I've said it like a lot of times. I feel like Nairobi is that place that has got really nice people. Shout outs to Esther Njuguna Lifestyle, shout outs to Kobenata. I made like a lot of friends. Talk of Ishmael Zionka, people that were really there for me, and I will never forget those people. You know, they made my stay amazing. And now I know why actually Kenyans are really so loving. There is not much difference between Kenyans and Ugandans. I feel like we're almost the same, but I feel like Kenyans are really very nice people. The fact that they are so hardworking, resilient, warm, creative. Talk of the Gen Zs, guys. Sometimes I tell people, if you want to grow your YouTube channel, you have to go to a place like Kenya, Nairobi, because you literally find Gen Zs. People are on the streets hustling. you know. The Gen Zs are on the streets dancing, you know. Like, I was there and people just made my stay amazing because I'm a content creator. Whenever I go to a place, I look at places that are gonna give me the energy, the people. I look at people, the people's energy. But guys, let me tell you, you get it 100%. 100%, because actually they made my work simple. They made my work simple because literally people weren't even asking me like, why are you shooting me, why are you taking me? But come to Uganda, it's a different case. When you're in Uganda, people literally, like, they tell you, why are you shooting me, are you taking me to sell me, like, which is different from Nairobi. Like, when I was in Nairobi, I felt at home. People were literally actually fighting to be in my camera, you understand? So they made my stay amazing, they made my work simple, you understand? So I think that is why people are choosing to go to Nairobi over other African countries, because Nairobi is that place that will give you the international vibe. You will not feel out of home. People will love you. So Kenyans, when it comes to hustling, they have the entrepreneurial spirit, they have the community spirit. So you will not just see it, but you feel it. Okay, the people themselves will make you feel it. Like, oh my god, people there are so hardworking, guys. Literally, Nairobi is a place where I saw people having 3 jobs in a day. Someone goes to work in the morning, they go to work in the afternoon, they go to work in the evening, like 3 jobs in a day. I asked Nairobians, why do people go to work 3 times in a day? And people were like, it's because Nairobi is expensive. You cannot stay in Nairobi when you don't work. You know, you have to be earning something, you have to be working. So now I know actually why people are so hardworking in Kenya. So whenever you go to Kenya, you will see this like a lot of times. People will just be minding their own businesses. They are so business minded, they're very confident, very bold. You know, they'll just make you stay amazing. And the fact that they love foreigners, guys, if they get to know that actually you're a foreigner, they will love you. They love foreigners. You know, if you tell them you're from the diaspora, or you're from maybe Uganda, you're from Tanzania, they'll just embrace you. They'll just embrace you. So I think this is another reason why people are actually choosing Nairobi over other African cities. Drop a comment and let me know. But according to my research and my experience, I think this is what I know. Let me also talk about access to nature and travel. One thing foreigners absolutely love is how close Nairobi is to nature. Let me tell you, I think most of the Wazungus or the white people, I think they love the green spaces, they love nature, wildlife. So I think that is another reason why they choose Nairobi as one of the African cities. There's a forest, Karura. I went to Karura Forest. I experienced both the nature and the urban life. Let me even not lie. So I think this is another reason why actually foreigners are choosing Nairobi as one of the African cities in 2025, because literally you don't need to stress. You just go to the national park, 15 minutes from the city center, you're already in Nairobi National Park. You know, it's not so far from the Nairobi skyline actually. So it will give you Nairobi will give you everything. If you talk of the urban life, talk of the nature, it has both the traditional and the international vibe. That is Nairobi for you. Okay, green spaces, talk of Karura Forest, Nairobi Aboteram, Uhuru Park, all of them are inside the city. Clean, peaceful, well maintained, rare for a capital city. You know, you can literally jog or picnic in the forest in the middle of the city. I think I saw this when I went to Karura Forest. Karura Forest was one of the places that when you go to Nairobi, actually I don't miss to go to this place, guys, because it is also not so far from the Nairobi skyline, but it is a place that people go there to maybe have picnics, to jog around. You have sightseeing. There are a lot of birds that people go there to see, things like that, you know. So I think this is another reason why people go to Nairobi, why foreigners are choosing to go to Nairobi over other African cities, you know, because literally you find everything within. You don't need to go very far. Everything is within. Compared to other African cities, Nairobi offers a middle ground. It's not perfect. Traffic and inequality still exists. I think one thing I never liked about Nairobi is the traffic. Let me not lie. We have talked about all the positive things about Nairobi, but the traffic can be crazy, especially in the peak hours. Avoid peak hours because, I mean, you stay in jam. There's always crazy traffic jam, okay? But it's modern, vibrant, relatively safe, and welcoming to outsiders. I think I've said this like a lot of times. Once they get to know actually that you're not from their country, the love you receive, oh my goodness. top notch. You know, I think I experienced that myself, because when I went there, and then people used to ask me, Harriet, where are you from? Then I told them I'm from Uganda. I don't know, but there's this thing that Nairobians, or the Nairobi men, love about Ugandan women, because they used to tell me, we love your women. Like, I don't know what's the secret. Let me know. But I feel like they'll embrace you once they know that you're an outsider or a foreigner. Actually, when you're there, you don't even feel like you're foreigner. But I think these are the main reasons why actually people, or why actually foreigners choose Nairobi over other African cities in 2025. Nairobi is no longer just Kenya's capital. It's becoming Africa's next big global city. Whether you are a tourist, expert, or entrepreneur, Nairobi has something for you in 2025. So, what do you think? Would you move to Nairobi? Let me know in the comment section. But I think you'll get it, each and everything that you need in Nairobi. Let me even not lie. I've been there, I went there, I saw, I conquered, and I came back safe. So talk of the safety, because some people might be like, is it safe? Relatively, yes, it is safe. You know, that is if you go to places at the right time. I think content creators like this actually have made a great job of promoting countries like this, because whenever I go to places, we talk about these places, okay? Yeah, so anyways, that was it for this video. Drop a comment and let me know in the comment section what you've learned about this video. And again, if you want us to do something similar to this, let me know. If I've left out something, let me know in the comment section, guys, okay? But I think that was it according to my research. I think this is why I think foreigners are choosing Nairobi over other African cities. Anyways, guys, that was it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that every time I post a video you don't miss out. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.